Hello, listeners. Welcome to Forex with Ntombi. I am your host, Ntombi Malatsi. If this is your first time, I welcome you. I hope you like it here. Please feel free to check out my previous episodes, the introduction episode, the first episode. This is so that you can understand what this podcast is all about and also what to expect from it. Hey, residents of Forex with Ntombi, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in again today. My excitement, you guys are sending me nice feedback and I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'm not doing this for me. Of course, I started this a podcast, but this is not my podcast because if I start a podcast and nobody listens to it, there is no podcast. So this podcast exists because you exist. So I thank you so much for listening, for sharing these episodes, and also for giving me feedback. It really does encourage me. It encourages me a lot. So thank you so much, and thank you for being here again today. Oh, happy Human Rights Day. Today we are having a holiday, and I'm sitting here, doing an episode because I love giving. So I hope you guys will enjoy today's episode. So before we get to the business of today, I decided to, because somebody asked me, and tell me, how do you offer private, what exactly do you do? Then I figured that, this person understand that, I trade, I mentor people, I also have all these platforms where I share free information. Then I was like, okay, let me just summarize it nicely. So here it goes. Back in 2009, when I started trading, I looked for a certain kind of a mentor and I couldn't find one. So when I finally decided that I was going to teach, mentor, guide, and coach other people on how to trade Forex, then I decided right there that I was going to be a mentor that I never had. So I became this mentor, a mentor that I actually wished I had. So, of course, my name is Ntombi Malatsi. You know that. I'm a Forex teacher, I'm a blogger, a podcaster, a mentor, and a coach. And I'm very passionate about what I do. Seriously, I am very passionate about what I do. And there is no way that anyone cannot see that because it is something that I'm really passionate about it. So what is it that I do in a nutshell? Besides me talking to you here and sending people long voice notes and doing these episodes here and of course talking, this is what I do. I help my clients to avoid all the hype of the Forex market and all the scams out there by teaching them a tried and tested method and principles that I personally use to profit from the Forex market without too much exposure and staying glued to the computer the whole day. You probably know that because I've said it countless times that this is how I trade. I don't just wake up in the morning and randomly look for trading opportunities in the markets. I also did an episode on we need to trade and leave more. We shouldn't be spending all our time, in the markets because we also need to have time for our families. So basically how I trade allows me to also have this time, to do this episode and actually give information to the public, free information to the public. So all these platforms where I post free tips and, realistic, tips, these are the platforms that I created because I wanted to be that mentor that I never had. Because honestly, guys, when I searched for Forex content, all I could find was people showing me their cars, people showing me their watches, people showing me their vacations, people showing me their money. But nobody was interested in showing me how it's done. So I then decided to become, this kind of a mentor that I've been looking for, that I was looking for back in 2009. I know a saying that goes like, if there's a book that you wish to read and you can't find it anywhere, you must write it. So basically that's what I did. I also help my learners or mentees to master the Forex market at their own learning convenience through my one-on-one lessons, mentorship, coaching, and support. I have a simple program that I help my clients, that helps my clients to learn, review, and think of the Forex market differently without all the hype and intimidation that others make it seem. So, obviously, if you've been listening to my podcast, you can attest to this. You definitely know that I am not just out there trying to hype people up, but I am out there trying to say to the people, yes, Forex trading works, but this is what needs to be done. I am out here just trying to show people that yes, it can work. It actually does work. But you also need to understand that you also need to put in some work. Hence, I started this platform and, I did all these episodes because this is me just saying it is going to work provided you also, are willing to work. So if you've been listening to my episodes, you definitely can, attest to this. I also help my clients understand what really moves the markets and how to take advantage of any good and bad economic geopolitical situations happening in different countries. Again, I also did a podcast on why you shouldn't, ignore fundamentals. I did an episode on why you shouldn't trade blindly. You kind of understand that I don't do random trading, but I also try to follow and listen, to the markets and see where the market is going. Like there's currently, Ukraine-Russia war. Of course, these are the things that are contributing, a lot to the movements in the markets. So I'm all about just, understanding why it is happening. So basically, how I trade involves a lot of understanding what really moves the markets. I teach my clients to understand how the change in interest rates can affect the economy and how to read and understand central banks' monetary policy statements and finding trading opportunities. Anyone who's been in my class, they know how passionate I am about, especially this particular one. So basically, like I said, I don't just do a random, type of a thing. So I work with individuals who are willing to learn while pursuing their studies, work, and businesses. So it explains it. No random trading. We are not glued to the laptop the whole day. Hence, I can be able to, do it while I still, do other things. I run another business, by the way, and I am also a published author. I never told you this, but I always tell you about my food. I am actually a published author of a no-carb cookbook because I love food and I love healthy living. So, back to the business of today. 8 minutes, but guys, you needed to hear this and you needed to hear it. So today I'm just going to try and just make it quick. Today I want us to talk about believing in yourself. Believing in yourself, guys, it is very important because you are your own best resource. You are your own best resource, guys. Nothing and nobody is better than you. You are your own best resource. You are your best resource, your own best resource. And one of the powerful tools that you actually have is believing in yourself. Believing in yourself is very, 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 very important because with all the help that you can get from other people, all the help that you can get from mentors, from coaches, even the people that I train, I always tell them that I am here to believe in you. Of course, I believe you can do it, but nothing is going to happen until you believe you can do it. It has to start within you. It has to start within you. So I've already mentioned that when you look for Forex information out there, it's you can hardly find content. Usually you find people talking about how they made money, they show you their money, but nobody cares to tell you what needs to be done for you to get this money. Because in all honesty, trading is not just about charts. There is more to it. the part that most people are ignoring, the part that most people are not even paying attention to, it is the trading psychology. So that is why I created this space where I can share, because basically it is how you behave. So if you can behave better, obviously you can do better. Nobody is telling us that we need to believe it can be done for it to be done, because when it comes to forex trading, people are not looking at it as a real thing. Even the people who are saying they are making money from forex, they are not looking at it as a real thing. They are looking at it as some, cash slot machine where they can just milk and get the money. And one day they actually, most people, they actually just get lucky, milk, get the money, and then one day they lose it all, because they are ignoring all these, important parts. So believing in yourself is very, very, very important. What exactly does it mean to believe in yourself? To believe in yourself means you are having faith that this can be done. You are having faith in your own capability. You are having faith in your own competence. You are having faith in your, own potential. You believe that it can be done. You can do it. You believe that you can personally do it. That is what it means to believe in yourself. So now, a lot of times I get people coming to me and they want to learn how to trade. Of course, people don't have issues, learning. People are not slow in terms of, how they grasp the information and how they learn. But there is a huge challenge where people are just not believing that they can do it. I always say that if you really want to learn how to trade, and you want to learn and, have that level of focus where you cannot be distracted by anything, you need to try and minimize, the platforms that you follow, people that you follow. Select a few, because if you are following everything that has got the word forex in it, you are going to end up being confused. You need to understand that the market is so big. There are so many ways to trade the markets. Once you have found a way that this is how you want to trade it, that is why I always say it is always better just to find a mentor, because you are going to learn a tried and tested method. Then it kind of like gives you a shortcut, because you are not going to, because it's okay, you can go online. There is so much information about forex online, but you kind of like also don't know which is which, what to do, which one to learn. And you don't really have to learn everything. If you can find what you can learn and understand and you stick to that, you are good. Because trading the market is like, eating an elephant. You can't just eat all of it at once. Of course, we don't eat elephants. Guys, do you eat elephants? We don't eat elephants, but yeah, you get what I mean. We are eating this elephant piece by piece. So you grab your piece and you sit with it and you understand how to eat your piece. You don't really have to follow everything. You don't really have to follow everybody. So now you gain that level of focus. Then obviously believe it can be done. Have faith that you can do it. But if you are trying to believe that you can do it, but you are also like all over the place and you are following everybody, sometimes you follow people that are making you to feel like you are actually they make you feel like you are not doing your best. That is why I always say, if you want to measure your success, you must measure it with your own, strength, not other people's. Because if you are out there and you are trying to check, how is Domi Malati doing? How is this other person doing? You are not going to see even when you are progressing, because you are actually measuring your success, or you are measuring your progress with somebody else's. But it is very difficult to do this if you are still all over the place. So you need to make sure that you select a few. If you have to unsubscribe from other publications, you do that. I did that. It actually helped me to focus even more. Once I decided that this is how I want to trade. I don't want to do random trading. I then unsubscribed from everything that was leading me to random trading. I unsubscribed and I only followed publications where they were speaking my language, publications where they were updating me about what is happening in the markets. They were updating me about the economic news. They were updating me about the things that I was actually trying to learn at that time. It makes life so much easier. So believing in yourself is very important. I can believe in you as my mentee, but if you don't believe you can do it, guess what? I cannot be the only one who's cheerleading. You need to be able to cheer for yourself. You need to be able to say, yes, I can do this. You need to be able to say, yes, I can do this. That is why I always say we cannot separate ourselves from, I cannot separate myself from, Ntombi who trades, Ntombi who teaches people. I don't have different characteristics, in my overall life. For instance, if you are a person who is impatient, you are likely to be impatient in your trading. It's not just gonna change unless you change it. That is why I did that episode on the importance of personal development, because if you work on yourself, these are the things that you are actually working on. If you have worked on yourself and you are this person who is no longer aggressive, you are this person who is no longer, impatient, you are likely, to apply that to your trading. You see, because you are still the same person who trades, who goes to work, who's a parent, if you are impatient with your kids, what makes you think you will be patient with your charts? So it comes back to working on yourself and making sure that it starts with you. So with everything that you can do, you can get like all kind of supports. People can support you. People who are trained by me, they know I give them support, 100% support. Everybody gets the same support, same attention. They get everything the same way. But results are always not the same, because I am not dealing with the same people. People are different, and some people they really do struggle with self-belief. Self-belief is very important. At work, you are unlikely to get promoted if you don't believe you can do it. In your business, you are unlikely to succeed if you don't believe you can do it. As a parent, you are likely to be frustrated all the time if you don't believe that you are doing okay. You need to have self-belief. Believe. Now, what are the benefits of believing in yourself? When you believe in yourself, it minimizes like self-doubt, self-sabotage. You are also unlikely to have fear. Of course, we all get fear, we all get scared. You are unlikely to, you can experience that, but it is something that you can get over and you can deal with and you can move on, because you always believe. It comes back to believing it can be done. Are you feeling scared today? Yes, I'm feeling scared today, but I believe I can move over. I can move past it. I'm feeling nervous today. Yes, I'm feeling nervous today. Acknowledge that, but I also believe that I can do better. I'm losing money today. Yes, I'm losing money today. I acknowledge that. I'm going to try and find out why am I, still losing money, and of course I believe I can do better. It always goes back. It always goes back to believing in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, unfortunately, nobody's going to believe in you. Nobody's going to do it on your behalf. It has to come from you. And your success, unfortunately, or I can say fortunately, it is highly linked to your self-belief. It is highly linked to your self-belief. I think I told you the story of how I started this podcast, or how I was bullied, as a child in school. And I was kind of like, I didn't want to speak to anybody because I was a laughing stock, I had stuttering problems and I couldn't speak properly. And, I was like, bullied a lot for, how I spoke then. And that created that hate. I really hated I really hated my voice, and I didn't want to talk. When I grew up as a child, I was very reserved. I didn't want to talk a lot. I didn't want to speak a lot. I sang in a school choir. Guys, I sang in a school choir. But that was years later after, I overcame the problem, the stuttering problem. I don't know how it ended, but I was never treated for it. I outgrew it, maybe, I don't know. And at a later stage, I did sing in a school choir. Of course, I don't sound like somebody who can sing. I don't know if I can sing, but I did sing in a school choir. I did sing in a school choir. My husband is always laughing when I say, my husband and son, they always laugh when I tell them that I used to sing in a school choir. They just don't believe it. But I did. I sang in the school choir. So fast forward to 2020. When I was thinking about starting this podcast, I was so intimidated. I'm sharing this because right now I'm so confident as I do this podcast. I don't really care if people say my voice is too low. I know that, there are some headphones out there. You can listen to my voice, you can listen to my voice, through headphones, and, people do understand what I'm saying, and I'm okay with it. I am now okay with it. But I wasn't okay. Before I started, I was really, really, really like fearful and scared, and because I was thinking, oh, I don't actually hear people speaking like me on podcasts. People are loud and they have nice and clear voices, and who's going to listen to me? My voice is just good for a voice note because it is just a voice note. How can I put my voice out there and let people listen to my voice? People are going to tease me. I had a lot of no, I shouldn't start this because it's not gonna work. I'm going to get negative feedback, and it's going to take me back to when I was bullied and. But guess what? I had to start believing in myself, because with the people that I talk to on a daily basis, people that I send voice notes to, they will always say to me, "Don't be your voice heals. Don't be your voice sounds so nice. It is soothing." But then I wouldn't believe that because it was coming from other people. It was coming from the outside sources. It wasn't coming from me. And no matter how many people will say, "Your voice sounds soothing, it's nice, I love listening to you," I still didn't love it. I still didn't believe that I can actually speak to people and people can actually listen to me. And I've never had anyone saying to me, "You sound crappy." On the podcast, I've never, maybe there are people who think I sound crappy, but like I'm saying, I've never had that kind of a feedback, because that's what I was scared of. The people are going to say, "We can't even hear what you are saying." People can be mean. People can be mean online. I saw this other meme, this other meme that says how to slap someone online one on one. That's how mean people are online. So I was also scared that, oh my God, people are going to be mean, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to take it, and I'm not sure I'm going to get over that, and I don't want to be going back. I was so scared. But guess what helped me is I started to believe in myself, not what other people were saying, because a lot of people were saying, "You sound great." But then I was like, I didn't believe it. But then anyway, fast forward to today, I started. I am sitting here. I am recording, an episode. I am talking to people that I don't know. I am talking to the public. My voice is out there. People are listening to the podcast, and I'm okay with it. And I'm glad I started. Why am I telling you this story? Because I want you to start believing in yourself. Believing in yourself is free. But of course, it is like the most difficult thing to do. I'm also sharing this story because I don't want you to be thinking that I'm coming from a high chair where I'm like, oh, I'm all confident. I am not always confident. I have my days where, of course, I'm confident in the markets. That is why now I'm talking to you about the markets. But there are many areas of my life where I don't feel confident. In my logistics business, sometimes I don't feel confident because, it happens. We are human beings. But what keeps me going is I always believe in myself. I always try. I'm not like a perfect human being, but I always try. That is why I'm trying to share this with you, that try it. Believe it can be done. Then you will reap the benefits. You will see. You will feel less fearful. Even when you do feel the fear, you will always just know that it can be done. And it also helps to always go back to, because obviously nobody is there are instances where you really felt like you believed in yourself and you accomplished something. You can always try and teleport that to your trading. If you feel like it's hard for you to believe in yourself in your trading, maybe look at think of other areas of your life. Maybe it's at work, maybe business. Maybe you've even won an award because you were so best at doing whatever that you were doing. You can always take that and teleport it to your. When somebody comes to me and they want me to teach them how to trade, and they have some kind of like a skill, like your makeup artist, your bakers, and people who are working with their hands, and people who are like people with a skill. I'm always excited because it makes my job easier. I can always just say, you can teleport this to trading, because I am all about let's be realistic. I mean, like I said, most people are not realistic about trading. They think it's just some game. So if you can start looking at it as a real thing, you will also understand that it is not it's not different than other things that you do in your life. If you are somebody who you have your 9 to 5, and or you are running a business, I mean, it is you can always just teleport your strengths. If you are good at doing this, think about how you got to that stage, because obviously nobody starts as amazing. Like I said, when I recorded my first episode, I was so scared. I'm not sure if you guys did hear. I was very scared, but then I did it. And right now, when I record an episode, I am so confident, because like I'm over that. I'm over that. So even with your trading, with the skills that you may receive from your mentor or from wherever, if you are not believing in yourself, you are always going to fail. Even with the greatest knowledge, you are always going to fail, because not believing in yourself also means you don't take action, because you are always thinking it's not gonna work. You're always thinking it's not gonna work. You see, so try to do that, and you can do this. I know you can. I know you can do this. A few things that you can do, just a few that you can do. Don't engage with yourself in a negative don't engage in negative self-talks. People would say to me, nah, damn, it's not good. I mean, I'm not good enough, and this is not for me, and I don't think I can pull this off, and I don't think I can do. If you are saying those things to yourself on a daily basis, guess what? You are not going to be able to do it. I always say to people, if you cannot say something to your friend straight up to your face and say you are stupid, don't say it to yourself. But people do that all the time. So, of course, it is a journey. Trading is a journey. That is why I always say we must fall in love with the process. Sometimes I say maybe the process needs to fall in love with us. How's that? The process must also fall in love with us, but unfortunately, that's not how it works. We must fall in love with the process. So, guys, I hope this helps, because this is just me chit-chatting, and also trying to show you that it is possible. You can do it. You can do anything. But the thing is, sometimes we hold ourselves, because we are lacking self-belief. I know there are areas in your life where you are excelling. Maybe you are not excelling in trading, you are struggling in trading, but there are areas in your life where you actually are excelling. Just go revisit those areas, see what is it that you are doing, in those areas, and then you teleport it and you come back and you do it. Because trading is no different. Trading is like any other, skill that, you may want to acquire. It is not different. That is why I said I get so excited when people enroll for my class, and there are people who are working with their hands and they have some sort of a skill, because I know it's easier for me to just help them to channel that mentality. That, because if you think of it, a person who bakes cakes, they were not always great. Maybe their first was like, wow, it sucked. It's like people who are doing YouTube, who are on YouTube. People who are on YouTube, you can go back and just view their first video that they posted. You'll be like, oh my goodness, is this you? If you go to my blog and you read the first blog post that I posted in 2014, I did not even bother to edit it, because it's there. I just want people to read and see the progress. It sucked, but of course, I got my point across, because I wanted to share information, and I did share the information, but the style of writing and everything, it sucked. You grow as you do, but if you don't do it, if you are not actively doing it, you are not going to get it right. So believing in yourself is very important. Believe. Otherwise, you are not going to win at this. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Oh my God, I've been talking. I need to drink water. I'll chat to you soon. Thank you so much again for keep sending those feedback. I really do appreciate it. And I'll chat to you soon. Enjoy your day and rest. It's a holiday. I'm off to rest now. And happy trading if you are trading. If you are not, make sure that you learn before you start investing your real money. Cheers.